Well, hello there, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're taking a look at Face Candy's Atlantis eyeshadow palette. I know I am very late. All this drama went down way back in April, and my interest was once again piqued when I saw the beautiful Rocio Cervantes demo and review of this palette, and I said, oh, I need to get that. Okay. I had checked on it before I saw her review, and at that time it was out of stock, and I just waited. I forgot about it. I saw her video and I was like, okay, let me get it. It was in stock, got it. I received it like a few weeks ago, but I just was not able to get on here and actually play with it. I haven't even applied any of these shadows. I did swatch some of them, and that's what we're gonna do together today. We're just gonna take a look at how this palette even came to life, what happened with the fake Tarte palette, swatches, eye look. I'm not sure if I'll do like a different eye look using different shadows or the same. We'll see when we get there. Alright friends, if you want to see the Face Candy Atlantis palette, swatches, all that stuff, how they blend, how they look on my eyeballs, then please keep on watching. Alright, just to give you a little bit of perspective, Tarte decided to play an April's Fool joke on all of us, posting this on their Instagram stories. We're releasing a new palette! Everyone was thrilled, excited, waiting for the release date. And then soon after, just kidding! We're not making this palette, but you can still get 50% off. The response was nuts. People were pissed, and I think namely because, I don't know, Tarte's palettes tend to look the same, and I get it because that's like their look, that's what they do. But once they saw that fake post, I mean, people were like gung-ho about getting this palette. I feel like those who hated Tarte would just like put their hate to the side just to get the all blue palette. And here comes Face Candy. April 12th, they released their Atlantis eyeshadow palette. People lost their minds. They were like, you're so stupid, Tarte! Face Candy as well as Bad Habit Beauty, both you will probably have seen on the Hush app. The Shop Hush app actually carries a lot of brands. They namely carry Bad Habit Beauty and Face Candy. Although Shop Hush carries Bad Habit Beauty and Face Candy and Bad Habit Beauty have their own websites and online shops. The reason why people go to Hush is because they carry like a lot of brands that carry a lot of Korean beauty and more affordable makeup brands, and it's like a one-stop all-shop kind of thing. Now people feel a certain way about Shop Hush, Bad Habit Beauty, and Face Candy because they make outright copies of a lot of the popular, more expensive palettes on the market. There are a lot of Natasha Denona dupes. There are a lot of like highlighter face palette dupes that maybe take on like an Anastasia Beverly Hill highlighter palette vibe. And people feel like although a lot of these brands are expensive, it still isn't right for these companies to make outright copies. For one who has both, I have Natasha Denona and I have Bad Habit Beauty. Natasha Denona palettes, for instance, come in at like $128 a pop, and if you want to experience the purples and the maroons and the beautiful color story from that palette without having to pay $128, yes, Bad Habit Beauty has a similar looking palette that's way cheaper. I think someone should have the right to still experience those shades. And if someone has a problem with it, people are entitled to their opinions, and several feel that it's not respectful and not right to support a company that sells and makes money off copies of the original brands and palettes. Unfortunately, like, that's the way it is in this makeup industry. When a brand sees a higher end one make really expensive makeup, they want to be able to make something similar that another consumer can afford. I get it. This is another conversation to have, but I just wanted to acknowledge that I am aware of that dialogue going on now in the makeup industry. I bought this because number one, I was ultra curious as to how Face Candy performs, as I've never purchased a Face Candy eye palette before. I did purchase Bad Habit Beauty from the Hush website. I purchased the Huda dupes for her Desert Dusk and Rose Gold palette. Listen, man, eyeshadow is eyeshadow, and if it's taking on the exact same color scheme and layout than their more expensive counterparts, then But anyway, I just wish I would have seen the faces in Tarte headquarters when they saw that Face Candy came out with a dupe palette to their fake palette. That must have been some meeting. What do we do? Today we're gonna take a look at this Atlantis palette, and just for funsies, here's a photo of the Tarte and Face Candy Atlantis palette side by side. I think they did a pretty good job in trying to mimic what the fake Tarte palette was. That's what they do, man. You come out with something and they are hot on your heels to create a dupe for it. You better watch out. Here is the Atlantis palette, and here is the unit carton for it. It has a soft touch matte finish with the Atlantis logo on here. I think the box is actually quite beautiful because if you see it, it has like this glow around the lettering, which I think is really nice and just indicative of that deep blue sea type of feel. Here's the back with the details, and details are 12-month expiration shelf life. This product is cruelty free. I believe this is a 12 color eyeshadow palette for $16. The net weight here is 0.42 ounces or 12 grams total. Hi mathematics, where are ya? That's not right. Let's try this again. Oh, that's not correct. Can someone help me with the calculation of the ounces and the grams and the price, please? 16 divided by 12 comes out to 1.33, so around 1.33 $1.33 per pan. And if we times that by 12, how many pans are in the palettes, we get 16. Now I tried to do this with the 0.42 ounces. I didn't have much luck with that. Sorry. Let's open her up. Can't open it. I will leave all links down below to Face Candy as well as the Shop Hush app. None of the links are affiliate ones. Just wanted to give you a direct way to any of those websites if you wanted to check them out. Here is the actual palette, and let's open it up. Ooh, magnetic closure, cardboard packaging, nice size mirror, feels heavy. I like the weight of the palette. I like how it feels. The inside frame is also a soft matte touch, and here you have the names of each shadow listed under the pan in metallic gold lettering. Also on the back of the actual palette, you have the same details that were listed on the unit carton, and you have the same look on the palette as it looks on the box. Now, are you ready for some instant swatchification? Listen, I know people are not into the swatches, but I am. And yeah, that's what's gonna happen on my channel. White caps, ripples, oceanic, and stormy waters. When you swatch these, they're actually crazy soft. And I have a feeling they're going to have a little bit of, you know, fallout on my face, but we'll see when we get there. They feel very creamy when you get in the pan. It's like, it's nice texture going on in here. Abyss, Deep Sea, Poseidon, ooh, and Tsunami. Tsunami has like glitter in the actual shadow, but this one right here, I don't know, man. There are a lot of choices in here. Last row we got Tidal, Swell, Vanished, and Empire. I am worried about the dustier shades, the dustier blue shades. I'm not sure how those will show up on my lids, but maybe they could be like a nice transition shade, or I don't know, we'll figure it out. Since we did those swatchifying swatches, then you know what time it is. Eyes are already prepped and brows are done. This one's looking a little funky and I'm not in focus. Great. We also powdered down the lids. We got concealer on there already. So I'm excited. Let's see what these eyeshadows are gonna do. Oh, I don't know, man. I'm feeling like I gotta go right away into Oceanic. Of course, all my brushes are dirty, so we're gonna use them anyway. With my Wayne number 4, Alicia. Really could use other brushes, but I just refuse, so sorry. Oceanic is very powdery. I don't know if you could see that. And it's funny because Rocio hates kickback. She feels it's like a waste of product, and I get it. I get it. I'm starting low on my crease because I think I want to use the lighter blue shades to blend this out. That's pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie. I think with a little bit of finessing, this actually blends out pretty easily. And I'm barely touching my skin. I feel the texture of the shadows allows for light pressure to blend with. You don't have to go nuts. Okay. Oh, ah! See, I think I want to now go in with Abyss, this powdery blue shade, with the same brush. I kind of want to see what that does to blend this out, if it does anything. Oh, it's kind of changing the color of Oceanic. Is that what I applied? I forgot already. This is looking nice! With Deep Sea now, I think I'm going to take the same, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take a smaller, a more pinched brush, maybe. I don't know. My Morphe M514, very dirty. Now with Deep Sea, maybe this is going to add some depth to my outer corner. Keep it fairly low. It's adding nice depth to my outer corner. Doesn't look intense, but I think it really kicked up the saturation of the overall eye look. I'm gonna do this on my inner corner as well. I don't see any fallout on my face, but I do love how it kind of made Oceanic a little deeper, but you kind of see that light blue on the top edge. I'm a little shocked. These blend very well. They're nice and buttery. They swatched. They had a very buttery texture when I was swatching them, but because they were so, I mean, they're so kickbacky. I'm not sure if you could see this on camera, but it's getting a little messy in this palette. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of thoroughly impressed. I refuse to say shook because everyone else does. Now with my nameless small shader, I'm gonna go in with Empire, which is the deepest blue out of the palette. I'm gonna just press that to the outer corner. And I found when I'm dealing with deeper mattes, blending on top of other mattes, that I'm more successful when I pack it in first to get the most saturation, and then I'll blend out after. Oh, snap. It's getting a little wild in here, man. Hold on. I did get a little fallout with that shade as I packed on the brush a lot, and I think I should have kicked off a little bit before I went on my lid, but not too bad though. I'm taking a little bit of Deep Sea and just smoothing out this transition a little bit more. Not bad. That looks pretty good. I must say these mattes are extremely easy to work with. I mean, I am shocked as to how saturated this looks on my lid. Blues are tough. I've encountered blues that are hard to blend, like the one from Kat Von D's 10th anniversary palette. That blue is very dry, and these I feel are a lot softer and easier to blend. Oh, I'm going to take Abyss, that powdery blue shade, and just run it over the edge because I want to smooth this out a touch more. Ooh, okay. Now with my trusty Luxie 231, I'm going to start building this lower lash line. I'll first go in with Oceanic. That's the first shade we apply on our lids. And then I'm going to take Deep Sea again, but more to the outer and inner parts of my lower lash line. Then with Empire, the deepest blue out of the bunch, I'm just punching in on the outer corner because I'm trying to connect it so there's no empty spots or weird texture going on. I will take my Morphe, you know what, I lied. I'm going to take my Wayne again with the powdery blue shade and run it across this edge, because see how this is a little rocky looking, but you have to be careful because they move very well, but if you get out of hand, I feel they could go away on their own on your face. So I'm trying to not apply too much pressure and keep it conservatively under my brow point. See how I got a little out of hand? Looks a lot better in person. This is my screwed up eye, but I do see, because we didn't do Stormy Waters, which is like another matte shade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You got 7 matte shades and 5 metallics. I think that's a pretty good even number. I'm gonna take my Wayne Goss 04 with the Stormy Waters shade and see what that looks like on this eye, because this is like green. Oh my god, that's pretty. I think it looks green against the other blues because they're so blue, but on my skin is taking on a more of a turquoise type of hue. This is a very easy matte to work with. I am shocked. That's really pretty. I like that a lot. Oh my god, what is happening? I think I want to now use, I think I want to use Deep Sea now. Or I don't know, man. Maybe I'll use Deep Sea now with my small shader on this eye to deepen the outer corner. See how that looks. Oh, that's pretty. Oh my god. I like that a lot. I'm digging that a lot, man. Gradient it creates is stunning. This is so cool. I cannot get over this. 231 with Stormy Waters, the first shade we applied on the lid. Now I want to apply it to my lower lash line. And this definitely turned out a lot better than this eye. Don't know what happened to that eye. This is the rehearsal eye, okay? She's in rehearsal, she's still working out the routine, but she's not getting on stage yet. Oh, that's pretty. I think that's gorgeous. Deep Sea now, the second matte shade we applied to the outer and inner portions. I like Stormy Waters a lot. I think this is maybe my favorite matte out of the bunch, because it's more turquoisey than just blue, and I love the blue shades in here. I think they're not just like your typical primary blue, but like greenish, turquoise, teal. It's like you got a lot of different hues of blue in here, and I think you could be very creative as to like what you can do with them. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know what I can do with these shades. I feel like, okay, hold on, wait a minute. Maybe I'll come back to this, and I really want to use Tsunami, which is this insane glittery. I want to weigh it, but I don't, because I want to see what it does on its own. With that, I'm taking my Wayne number 7. I'm gonna pat that in first, see what that does. Oh, that didn't do much of anything. I need to get my glitter glue, or can I just cut the lid with some concealer? Do I even have my concealer? Hold on, please. Where the heck I put my shadow, my glitter glue? I don't know where I put it. We're just going in with the Born This Way concealer. Oh, I'm so excited. Let's see what this does. I'm actually gonna do one eye at a time, because I wanna do like a matte situation here on the lid, because I'm curious to see what the powdery light blue matte look like. Oh, that's so messy. Why can't I be like Rocio? It's always this part that like screws me up. Let's see. I'm sorry. That looks terrible, but you know what? That's what we're getting today. Going back in with Tsunami, and I think I'm going to take my other shader brush, because this is very, very like, okay, what is happening right now? That is glittery. Definitely need a glitter glue with this, because the particles are insane, but so pretty. Definitely getting some fallout action, but safe to see that I have a little bit on my nose crease here, which tends to, I mean, that always sticks no matter what. Like, it got all over here on my mustache, unfortunately. I'm just taking a little bit of concealer and patting that down. Oops. Can we talk about this Tsunami shade? I mean, that is crazy. Oh my lord. Okay, gotta move on. We gotta chug along. We got a lot more to do here. This is now, oh, what shall we do? I feel like I want to do Swell because we already have the darker shade on the outer corner. Let's see what Swell does. And Swell, I feel, is just the more traditional foil shade in here. Whoa. What is that? Oh, this is gorgeous. Oh, what happening? Okay, title, I feel, let's see what we can make happen on the most inner part of the lid to complete this gradient we got going on. Oh, almost takes on like a silvery hue. Friends, I mean, this is truly outstanding. I cannot get over how like reflective and crazy pigmented these are. Oh my god. What I really want to do now, I'm taking my pencil brush. This is my Wayne number 5, and I'm dying to see Vanished. This is a more, again, traditional foil shade in here. I want to place it like here under my lash line to punch up the blue going on. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, we see that. Oh my god. And then I want to do Swell again, kind of mimicking what we got going on the lid, because I want the lower lash line to be gradient as well. Well, that's freaking gorgeous. And I know Whitecaps is a matte shade. I kind of want to use it as an inner corner highlight just to see what that does, because I think it just gives a nice soft highlighted effect, because we have so much going on with the metallic blues. I think it's a nice touch. We do have to address the issue of fallout. I have quite a bit here, and I could have been smarter and baked while I was doing this eye look, but I figured that it just wouldn't be a problem to whisk away what fell. And I just know for next time. I managed to pick up the Marc Jacobs gel liner in the shade Out of the Blue. Couldn't have been more perfect. Take that to my waterline because I feel that we have a missing link. Oh, that's much better. See how that really pops off as like super blue? Take a shot. Okay, now as I mentioned, I'm dying to see what maybe these softer blue mattes are doing, but I kind of want to now, I don't know what to do. I want to apply Poseidon. Let me get more concealer because the first application I did on my hand dried out. Let me do another crappy job on this eye. Oh, that's bad. It's kind of like wing liner for me. The more I do it, the better I become. And I feel because I've neglected my cut creasing, when I do it, it's just terrible. I want to now apply Poseidon on the outer and inner corners first. Oh yeah, that's pretty. You have to kind of blend the edges out with deep blue to just smooth that transition because it's looking a little gnarly. Okay, that's a lot kind of better. Oh, I want to take Abyss, which is gonna be probably really dumb, but I'm curious to see how that looks. This or Ripples? Let's do Ripples. I feel like we haven't featured Ripples yet. Let's see what that does. I mean, it's kind of out of nowhere, but I just wanted to see what the eyeshadow does. Probably, I guess that will be my one piece of feedback, because these are so similar in hue. This may be a little more periwinkle blue and this more like a grayish blue, that maybe one of these could have corresponded with the more green shades, because this I feel matches up with these, but maybe you could have one that's like a very, very light turquoise matte instead of just like another periwinkle looking blue matte. I mean, it doesn't look too bad, but I rather would just put Poseidon all over my lid, but I really wanted to see what the matte shades will look like. I'm just gonna do this. You know what? We tried. I wanted to give everyone a chance, but it's only so much I can do. Ooh, I didn't do this wet. Hold on. I mean, I don't need to. This eye blew me away, but since we're here, let's just see what that does. Oh. Well, that packed on pretty nicely. Here is, it's hard to see, my camera's not focusing, but I'm taking some powder and kind of like dust away. For this eye, I'm going to use the Marc Jacobs shade in Whirlpool because I think Whirlpool would look really nice with the turquoise story we got going on. That's pretty. Oh, that looks really green. Oops. Noted, everyone. If you are dealing with this palette, I suggest you bake, especially around the nose area. Because I didn't get so much here, I got more here. So just keep that in mind. And for the inner corner, this eye, this time I'll use Tidal as the inner corner highlight. How about that? Oh, that's pretty. I kind of want to put something else. I think I'm going to do Swell on my pencil brush and just drag it along the lower lash line here on top of the matte shade. Alright friends, I'm going to be very lazy and not apply false lashes. I think I'm just going to apply my lashes. I'm going to do mascara, curl them up, and I'll be right back. Oh, hello there. I managed to apply some mascara. I also applied highlighter and blush. I didn't apply anything on my brow bone because I figured that I'd just come back on here. I was going back and forth with a couple of options, but maybe I'll just take this brush, which I probably shouldn't because it's very full of blue. My Nameless Small Shader with white caps to my brow bone and just see how that goes. It doesn't show up very much, but I feel it's enough to kind of give it the idea of that area being highlighted. And yeah, that's it. You guys, I'm shocked. Not to say that brands can't release good quality products at an affordable price point, but with blues can be tricky, especially matte blues. I've encountered, again, matte blues that are very dry, that are tough to blend on the lid. Even the Mod palette from Colourpop's, that matte blue needs a little finessing, I discovered. And I had the same setup that day. I had the Born This Way from Too Faced concealer on my lids. I powdered down with the Ethereal setting powder. Did the same thing today for the Atlantis palette, and I must say these mattes blew me away. Just in terms of how easy they were to blend and how well they played with each other when you layered them, that they didn't become like this muddy, can't identify what you just did blue. It just created a beautiful gradient effect from like deep to lighter blue, and I'm so happy I got this palette. It just allows you to leave the comfort zone because you just got blues here. You don't have any neutral shades to use as your transition one. You gotta use one of these as your transition shade, and I find that they're easy to apply on the crease and they're just beautiful to blend. I had a blast using this, and these are insane. Like, what is that? I just think these shimmers, these foils, I'm not even going to call them shimmers, I think they're foils, are just gorgeous. I really love it. And the Tsunami shade, I recommend that you use glitter glue. I suggest you use a glitter glue with this shade because it has a lot of texture to it, and you do need something to bind it because it has like purple and magenta flecks in there. What am I doing? It has like blue, magenta reflex in here. It's a gorgeous shade, but you need something to help it stick on your lid, or else it will not stick on the mattes, especially if you like really laid down a lot of mattes like I did before going in with that shade. You need something to help it stick. For the other shades, I think you can use a concealer and it will help make those foils pop. I think they play beautifully with each other, like the way they combined, and just this is a good palette. Of course, the story behind it is just hilarious, how this was supposed to be a dupe for a palette that just never launched. And they really hit it out of the park with this one. I really like the Atlantis palette. This is the first face candy palette that I have tried, and it just leads me to believe that their other palettes could also be really good. Let me know if you purchased any other face candy palettes. If you love them, if you didn't like them, if you have Atlantis, what you think of it. And that, my friends, is a wrap. Hello, hello, hello. Forgive me, I wanted to, and I just realized I should do a wear test. And of course, at the time when I was filming the initial part, I didn't show you the time. I'm sorry. I think I applied this eyeshadow around 3 o'clock. Now, let's take a look. What time is it now? It is 7 o'clock p.m. I would say we're looking at 4-hour wear, and just, okay, hold on. Let me get my thoughts together. I did mess with my inner corner, you know, when you're trying to take out the eye boogers, and it dragged the shadow a little bit down this area here, and unfortunately it looks a little green. This side looks a lot better. Of course, I'm still mad about like that situation. I know this, you can't see, you're like, Alicia, the richness of the mattes, I mean, after 4 hours, this isn't bad. And also the shimmers too, I think they still look saturated, they look opaque, they don't look like they're fading anytime soon. Sometimes with mattes that are turquoise and blue, I feel they fade quickly, more so than their more neutral friends. This though is looking good. And I'm confident enough to say that this will last well even for 7-8 hours. And if I do wear this again, maybe I'll wear it tomorrow. I want to choose a day that I know it's going to be a long day. I'm going to wear this eyeshadow from morning to night and record for you guys, or just take some footage so you can see what the deal is when it comes to the longevity of the Atlantis palette. But let me just sign off here and say I really love it. Even though this is a first impressions, I understand because I'm using it for the first time, but I do want this to be an extended review in that I come back on here, maybe do another eye look. Maybe I'll do another eye look while I'm reviewing like another product, just so you can see the shadows in action again, and we could see more shadows, perhaps maybe the mattes on the lids instead of the foils. But I enjoyed this palette. I'm still kind of mind blown as to how good they look even after 4 hours. That's not bad. Again, like, this doesn't look like it's going away anytime soon. Maybe it faded a little bit here, but since I know that I could build up the color initially, and maybe that will encourage the shadows to fade less. But that, my friends, is a wrap. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope this video helped, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you want to hang out with me in between my YouTube uploads, please visit me at my social handles here, and I'll see you again on another review, wear test, demo, chit chat, or get ready with me. Take care, and I'll see you again soon.